episode 35. Our first interesting fun fact ties into our morning motivational nicely. Don't overlook or take for granted what we have in our lives already. The typical home size in many developing countries is approximately 75 square feet. That's just under 10 foot by 8 foot. It's smaller than most people's garages. Here's another fun fact about some really old property, the pyramids. You're not alone if you find yourself fascinated by historic properties, and the pyramids are about as old as you get. Built in 2560 BC, approximately, more than 1,300 years before King Tut hit the scene. Well, they're old enough that even the ancient Egyptians would have referred to them as ancient. Just an FYI, Belle and I love ancient cultures and civilizations. We do have a virtual adventure to Egypt planned for the near future. It's a huge undertaking, and we want to give it the coverage it deserves. Hopefully you guys will be able to join us for that one. We're hoping to make it something really special. And you can join us for our trek down the Nile and back in time. So that's our plan. All right, here's a sad statistic from 11 years ago when the U.S. suffered a train wreck in the housing industry. In 2009, there were more foreclosures in the United States than there were marriages. And incredibly sad and difficult time for our country indeed. And I cannot stress enough that if you cannot make your payment on your house, don't give away your investment in your home because your circumstances have changed. Maybe your job's changed, the business that you work for closed down. But don't give it up because your life's changed. Talk to an agent. Belle and I obviously are happy to talk to you, but they can work with your lender. Put your house on the market if that's what it takes. Pay off your loan and hopefully put some money in your pocket, especially in today's market. Get you started back down the road of a manageable life. Just don't let the bank take it in foreclosure because they're only worried about clearing their debt. It's a seller's market. You just don't want to give up something if you don't have to. So, anyway, here's one last fun and terrifying story to wrap up our fun fact segment of the day. In 1945, a B-25 bomber pilot accidentally crashed into the Empire State Building. The impact snapped the cable of the building's elevator shaft. By the time the elevator carriage reached the bottom, 1,000 foot of cable had piled up beneath it, acting like a spring, which actually allowed the lone occupant of the car to escape, injured but still alive. Apparently the Lord does work in very strange and unusual ways indeed, and when it's not your time, it's not your time. That's awesome. Well, as usual, Blenda and I hope that you enjoyed this little adventure in Fun Facts.